Hey all of you, hope you guys are great. So in the last video we had talked about that how you can create the environment variables and set up all the environment variables. Right now in this video we're going to connect our MongoDB database to our application, okay? And in that scenario our environment variable, the config file we have created, that's going to play a very major role, okay? So in this video I'm going to give you a complete overview, complete tutorial that how you can use MongoDB as a backend server and how you're going to connect that, how you can create your account, how you're going to get the API keys to connect the application and create your first document on cloud. Okay, so here I have opened MongoDB on my browser. Make sure you open it, very popular website, and here you can able to find everything about this application. So build faster, build smarter, you can have this complete guide. And here they have talked about that who are actually using them, and here you will talk about the functionality which provide build faster, scalable, and sleep better. Okay, and here they have explained about the cloud service, that what kind of query you can make and how you can manage the environments, and these are the self-explanatory, so I will not get into these details. Now let's come on top here and let's click on this product, and first thing we have to do is to install one important tool, which is a Compass. Okay, because not all the time we have to come to our cloud server to check the data we are creating. Okay, so we're going to create this Atlas, that this Compass tool which is offered by the same company MongoDB. So we're going to use it and install it in your computer, so we don't need to move to the cloud to check the data there. Okay, so we can do it in that Compass tool as well. So first thing we're going to do is to install this Compass, or you will find right here in the tool sections. Click on this and you will come here, and here you can able to read that what it does. Okay, they have explained everything, so make sure you should click on this download it, and you will land up here, and here you will find all the tools which MongoDB provides you for testing. So if you want to test in the terminal your database, then you should go with the MongoDB cell, which is, you can do it, but I really like to have a visual graphic. Okay, so that will create interaction while building this huge application. Okay, so here you will find bunch of tools which you want, but the one I am interested in, this MongoDB Compass, and from here you can able to check the available version. So make sure you pick your computer, you can read everything about this, and from here you will have the other tools. Just look at this, and here from here you have to check the available downloads. So make sure you go with the stable version. You choose a platform. If you are a Mac user, go with that, and if you're a Windows user, go with the window. Okay, so I'll go with the recommended one, and here we're going to click on this download. It's downloading, and I have already downloaded that, and I have opened this. So once you download and once you install successfully, this is how the interface of the Compass would look like. On the right hand side you can see that we have already worked on a couple of APIs, and that's all the history you will find right up here, but we're going to create a new interface. Okay, so for that, what you can do right now, you can see all this history we have which have worked in the past. Now what I want to do is I will click on this plus icon, and from here I'm going to add the new one. Okay, so here we have to provide, so by default it will trigger the localhost. Okay, you can see the localhost database, which is your own computer. It's by default it will trigger this, but here we're going to add the string which we'll get from our cloud database from MongoDB's actually Atlas. Okay, I'll show you how you can get that. So here we have to paste the URL of that database connection. Okay, that's looking fine. Let's come back to the MongoDB servers again, and again we are in the product section, and now we have to go to the Atlas section. So if we come here and if we have to click on this Atlas developer database platform, sorry, data platform, not database platform. So we're going to click on this Atlas, and this is powerful. You can able to read everything here. MongoDB, Atlas, the multiple cloud developer data platforms, and the best part of this, and why I'm using this cloud database instead of using my local database, because I want myself to work from different locations. So it's not always necessary that you're going to work with the same computer. Okay, you might want to work with a different location, so it's always better that you should have your entire data in a database, in a cloud database, so you can start working on that. If you have your local data, if you are working on a local database, then you have to carry your laptop wherever you go. Cloud database, from you can simply log into your account and can start working on it. Okay, so you can completely read about this. These are the query you can make, how you can write. They're explaining here everything very beautifully, and it's really powerful. Okay, so let's come on top here, and first thing we have to do is if you go to the resource section, and here you will find the documentation. So if you have any confusion, you can come and you can visit to that. So this is the Atlas we have now. Let's click on this free, and here you have to create your account. So make sure what you will get in this. So you will get 512 GB MB storage, which is enough for building this application. I'm not going to create a take a paid plan, and do have for the clients, but I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to start with the free one, because I assume that you guys are also learning and you don't want to spend money when you are learning. Okay, so this much storage you will get, what you will get, all the things you will find right up here. Make sure you should fill up all the details very quickly, but I will authenticate myself with the Google. So I'll click on that, and I'm going to pick one of my accounts. So you can do this as well. So I'll go with this one. I probably hide this, and here you have to click on this accept, submit, and you will come here, welcome your account to deploy a cloud database with MongoDB Atlas and contract support. So this will take a little bit time. Okay, in my case it took 10 minutes, but I simply use the power of editing and make it fast forward. Okay, so this will take a little bit time because it's creating a database in the cloud, so this generally take a little bit time. So once you successfully created your database, you will find your dashboard like this. I have already created a couple of projects, so that's what you can see right up here. And in your case, if you're watching this video after 1 month or after a couple of months, then the interface would be different. Okay, but not much. So what you have to do now, let's come here, click on this, and here you will find all the database which you have created. Okay, so I have already created one, but I'm going to create one more. Okay, so let's click on this and click on this new project, and here you have to give the name of the project. So make sure, and these are the sensitive data which you don't need to share with anyone. Obviously I'm going to delete this once I build this entire course, but make sure you create your separate and don't share this data with anyone. So give the name of this project. So I'll call it NFT name marketplace, and click on next. From here you have to select the owner. So I'm the owner of this project, and this is my email, and now I'm going to click on this create project. So just wait, this will take a little bit time. Once you click on that, and here your project is completed. Okay, so generally this will take time. Okay, so you can see in my case it happened very fast because I use the power of editing. Okay, so make sure you just wait till the process is completed. You will have the similar interface like this. Here it's telling us to create the database. Okay, so database deployment. Okay, so here you will have a couple of options. So from here you can see we are currently activated our NFT marketplace project database. Okay, so we are on this, and what we're going to do is let's click on this build a database, and here we have to choose a cluster. Okay, so here MongoDB offer a couple of plans. So if you want to take any one of those paid plans, you can take, otherwise you can go with the free plan, which I'm very interested in. So you can find everything about it, and let's click on this and click on this simple create. This will create the cluster. Okay, cluster is nothing but they have given the name. If you want to create a project or a project on the cloud. Okay, so create a cluster, and here you will find all the information about this cluster. So here you will find all the data location where they have based on their country. So if you are from North America, these are the location where they have their cloud database. For Europe, Australia, Asia, South America. So I'm from India, so I will go with the Mumbai. Okay, you can see automatically get selected Mumbai. You can click, and from here you can choose a plan if you want, but I will go with the free one. That is sufficient for building this app, and that's look perfect. Free one, and close this one, and you don't need to do anything. If you want to change the name of this cluster 0 and you want to give something fancy name, you can do this, but I will just keep it like this. And that's what happened. And simply I will click on this create cluster. That looks fine. Just wait, this will take a little bit time. Once you create the cluster, here you have to provide the information of the user who will access this database. Okay, so one account can have multiple database. You can see I have already one database, which is the name nature app. Okay, and this is the NFT database. Okay, so you can have multiple database. So that's the account that's the email ID and password you're going to provide to access this particular database. Okay, so here I'm going to provide the, let's say, name. So I'm going to simply call, let's say, username is going to be NFT marketplace. Again, I'm telling you, don't use this one, otherwise your application will not work, and I have to provide the password. Okay, so this is the user and password is created, looking fine, and it's working fine. Now these things are looking good. This is the created we have. So let's come here and click on this database. I want to save that. so I don't need to remember. And here you can see we are deploying your change 3 of 4 server complete currently action. So this will take a little bit of time. Okay, sometime it happen fast, sometime it will take a little bit time, depend on your internet speed. So just wait while they are creating the backend in background. So you can see your cluster is processed, and again I'm use the power of editing to make it fast forward. And here you have found your cloud database dashboard, actual dashboard. And here you will find all the stats, all the data stats, like the connections, everything you will find here, the data size. So this is the portion we're going to use right now. So we'll click on this connect, and first thing we have to do is to make it accessible to a particular API. So I'll click on my API. Okay, for the time being I just click on this, and I will want to allow access to only this API. Okay, you can make it global API so anybody can access from different internet, but I'm going to change this letter. Okay, I'm going to change this letter, but right now I'm just going with the default setting. So I'll just add this API that only this API can access this database, and click on this. And here we have this couple of tools which MongoDB is recommending to use it. Okay, so we have come here and we have already installed the Compass. Okay, that's the Compass we have. Now simply click on this, and here we'll get the string which we need to connect our database. So here you will say that you can pick the latest version. So here I am going to choose the Windows, choose as per your computer. So I remember that we have already installed the Compass, so we do need to download it. Okay, so we already have it. So let's come back to the I have MongoDB Compass, and here we go to select the latest one, letter 1.12 or letter. So whatever you have the latest one, please pick that one, and this is the string we need. Okay, so simply copy that, and this will allow us to connect with our Compass, which Compass app we have installed in our computer. So we come back to Compass, and here we're going to provide the string. So simply select this, and we simply paste here, and I'm going to change this to the password. So I'll say NFT123. Don't use this password. Okay, don't use this one. So this is the name, and here I have to provide the password. And if I click on save, and here you can pick the color. I just like to have some fancy yellow, and I can give the name. So I'll call it, let's say, my NFT database. Okay, make it capital. So you can create any collection name, and here you can see we have successfully created our database, and it's looking fine. You can see we have the local, all the local database, and here we have the admin sections. And if we come here in database, here you will find the local and admin. So right now we don't have anything because we haven't created anything in our local base. Actually I don't have it. And here you will find all the information about the performance. So we're going to explore each one of these in detail. Okay, so that's looking fine. Now let's come here in the database, and from here you can easily able to create the collection. Okay, create database. Okay, so make sure you have to give the exact name, because this is the name we're going to use to connect our API from the terminal. Okay, from the .config file. So make sure you have to give this name, logical name, which you remember. So I'll call it NFT marketplace, and here I'm going to give the name to this collection, okay, in which we're going to store all the data. So we have multiple collection. We'll have collection for the NFTs, for the user, for the review. Okay, so that's the name you have to provide, the folder name. So I'll go to store the NFT, so I'll call NFTs. Okay, save it, and here it's saying that we don't need to provide a space. Okay, not a problem. I can simply come up here, and I'm going to remove this space. Okay, so again I'm telling you, make sure you have to keep this database name in mind, because this is what we're going to use later. And click on this create, and here we have the database. You can see right now we have one collection. If you click on this, right now we don't have anything here. Okay, so we have connected our database, and we have successfully done it. And you can create multiple collection, okay, from here, but we're going to do it from the terminal. And let me give you that how you can create document in your database manually from this Compass tool. Okay, do that, and here you can easily able to apply filter method which is there in the Mongoose. Okay, so we're going to write the filter method in our code for filtering the data. But you can, if you have a large data here, and if you want to filter the data here to see that what data you have, you can apply those filter here. But I'm not going to do it. I will show you that how you can do with the code. So here you can apply the filters, and here we're going to create the data manually. So let's insert the data. You can import into a JSON file, or you can simply create So insert document, I'll click here, and here we're going to create. So when you create any document on a Mongoose or so whenever you create any document, the Mongoose will automatically create an ID, unique ID to that particular data set. Okay. So you can see that right now we have this ID because this ID is created by Mongoose. So we don't need to think about IDs, creating IDs for every single NFT, every single user. This will create automatically and it would be unique to every single NFT, every single user. Okay. So hope this makes sense. And now here we have to define the data. So we're going to use this. We're going to follow the same JSON format. Okay. That's the format we have to follow here as well, because that's the very common practice, and we have to send the like. Okay, so the like I want to give it to, let's say 93, and that's the first data we have created. And you can see this is the data we have created. So we have the ID, we have the name, we have the price. So that's what we have. Let's create one more name, and we'll call it, let's say, woman NFT. We have to give the price, we'll call something this, and we have to give the like to this. Remove the 0 and insert the data. So right now we have this two data which we have created manually, and this data is stored already in our cloud database. So I'll show you how you can do that. From here you can be able to do the editing, so you will have that what kind of data you have. As you can see, like is integer, price is integer, name is string, so you can able to find the data type as well. Okay, from here you can select all the data types. So just go with this recommended word. Okay, now that's looking fine. This looks good. Now you can simply delete the database as here. Okay, so you can easily able to delete it. Now if we come here in our cloud database, and we can easily able to have that one particular NFT or data we have created here in our cloud server. So to access that, we have to click on this cluster 0, and if you click on this will take a little bit time, and you can come here and you can simply click on this collections in which we have all the data. So again, this will take a little bit time. I'm doing this fast forward and using the power of editing, so you can't see that stuckness, but it will happen. So just click on this, and here you can see we are retrieving the data we have created, and here you can see the data is loading. Just wait, and here you can see the one NFT we have created manually. And I can't tell you that how happy I was when I created this for the very first time. Okay, so this is the data set database name we have given NFT marketplace, and this is the collection we have created in which we have this data. Okay, so it's looking fine. The same option you will find here, and you can just add one more. Let's provide the like and insert, and let's come here and simply refresh the browser to see the changes. Okay, so retrieving data, and here you have the data, and here you can apply all the filter method with provide Mongoose to check the data, but we're going to do with the code. Okay, I'm not going to apply the filters here. Okay, so we have this data here, and from here you can easily able to edit the way you can do with the Compass. So right now you can see the same data we have in our Compass, the same data we have in our cloud server. So right now I'm not going to enter into my cloud server. We're going to focus here and check all the data right in our Compass. Okay, but before we do that, we need couple of things from our cloud servers to connect with that. Okay, here you will find all this tab which we're going to work very soon. Okay, schema, aggregations, that's all you will find here. So let's come here in the database and let's work on the security part first. So let's go click on this database access. So here you can define that who can access this database. Okay, from here you can edit, and here you can provide the access to a new user, but I will go with the network access first. So first thing I will do, I'm going to change this network IP. Okay, so I want that I should access this database to multiple location, to multiple internets, not with only one particular IP address, which is my. So this is the change I'm going to do. So okay, this is absolutely perfect when you have the data, sensitive data, so you should always follow this kind of protocol. Okay, not anybody can access from different location, so that's kind of security you should have in your production APIs. But when you are developing, it's absolutely normal to allow access to different APIs, different internet. Okay, so that's the one which is my, and I'm going to change this to everyone. Okay, so to do that, click on this edit, and from here you have to change this to allow access from anywhere. Click on this, and that's now I can able to allow access this database from any API, any internet, public, user, anywhere. This will take a little bit time. Okay, just wait, and you can see finally it's activated. It's working fine, and here you get the update IP. Now let's come here and reload the browser, so things have taken place. So I hope you guys have got the complete understanding that how you have to do the basic setups in your Mongoose. And at least we have installed the Compass, we have written the manual data in our Compass and showing up in the cloud servers. Okay, so that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. In the next video, we're going to connect our application with the cloud server. Okay, so with that said, let's move to the next video.